श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ओम शांति शांति शांति. So yesterday we were seeing sada madakaraha vrittim Upanishad manena utpadayanto mai vartante. He will be established in me through the knowledge gained through the valid means of right knowledge, which is Upanishad. Okay. Now, aham api ati swachhayam. Okay. He will be established in me. But will you be established in him? I know this country's president and that country's president, Indian president, every president and prime minister, but do they know me? So that is the question. So similarly, he may be established in you, but will you be associated with him? So that for that he says, aham atisvachhayam tadiya chittavritto pratibimbitaha teshu varte. I will be seen as a reflection in their pure thought function. Yakhandakara vritti, in that Khandakara vritti, I will be the one who will be seen as the reflection. Pratibimbitaha. I will be seen as. Even now, in all the thought function, Bhagavan is the one who is getting reflected. But still, we are not able to see that. We oversee it because of seeing the reflection of the objects in that thought function. Okay. Now, Chakaraha avadharanartha. The eva mai teshu ahamiti. And cha is for not to, the word cha is not to say and, but it is to show like api and tu in some places. It is to show here that definitely he will be established in me and I will be established in him. There is no doubt about it. Swachasya hi dravyasya ayaneva swavaha. Yena sambadhyate tadakaram grihnati. स्वच्छ द्रव्य संबंधस्य च वस्तुतः एष एव स्वभावः यत् तत्र प्रतिफलति. So he has given two examples. This is the nature of the pure substance, whatever be the substance. This is the nature of a pure substance. What is that? Whatever it be associated with, it takes its qualities. Similarly, whatever be reflected upon it, it will be reflecting it. Whatever be present in front of it, it will be reflecting it. Okay. We have see, they make sugar candies. Okay, for that they melt sugar and then later they add some color to it. So when they add yellow color to it, it becomes golden color, yellow color. If they add green color, it will be golden green. When you add red color to that syrup, that candy, it will become red. So you will get red candy, blue candy, different colors of candies. Or white, go to that extent. Even a simple water is pure. You add color to it, it becomes that color. Similarly, if you are in front of a mirror which is clean, when you are in front of a mirror, it starts reflecting your image or whatever is in front of it. Okay, this is the nature of something which is pure, something which is clean. Okay, tatha aswachha dravyasya api esha swabhava. यद स्वसंबंधस्यापि आकारं न गृह्णाति अस्वच्छ द्रव्य संबंधस्य च वस्तुनः एष एव स्वभावः यत् तत्र न प्रतिफलति इति. Similarly, he is giving two examples for impure, non-clean things. The nature of impure or non-clean object is that it will not be associated with anything which it is associated with. It will not be reflecting anything which is present in front of it. Let's see the example. Like we have crude oil, dark crude oil. You add whatever color, the crude oil, the darkness, the blackness, it absorbs it and it will not let the color be superimposed on it. Okay, this is one. Second, there is a stone. Okay, there is a stone. You stand in front of the stone, it will not reflect your image. You stand in front of a mirror, because it is clean, pure, it will reflect your image. You stand in front of a stone, it will not reflect your image. It is impure, it is non-clean. Okay. If you add color to sugar solution or water, it will absorb that color and reciprocate and change its nature. If you add color to this crude oil, it will not change. So these are example for pure and impure. Two sets of examples. One to show it will absorb the character of the thing which it is associated with it, and to next thing to show it will reflect also. Okay. Now, यथा हि सर्वत्र विद्यमानोऽपि सवित्रः प्रकाशः स्वच्छे दर्पणादौ एव अभिव्यज्यते न तु अस्वच्छे घटादौ. So he is giving another example, like the sun, though it exists everywhere, it's common everywhere, but still it does not reflect. It reflects only on the mirror and it does not reflect on the stone or the pot, ghate. एवं सर्वत्र समोपि स्वच्छे तावता न द्वेष्टि रज्यति न वा तावता न दर्पणे रज्यति न वा द्वेष्टि घटम. So just because it is getting reflected in the mirror and it is not getting reflected on the surface of a pot, the sun does not hate the pot and love the mirror. No, it does not happen. Similarly, sarvatra samopi, though I am one, non-dual, common everywhere, same everywhere, swachhe bhakta chitte, in the pure mind of the devotee, abhivyajamano, I manifest. Aswachhe cha bhakta chitte anabhivyajamana aham, and I don't manifest in the impure mind of a non-devotee. Narajyami kutrachit nava dveshmi kanchit. I don't become attached to someone or I don't hate someone else. Samagri maryadaya jayamanasya karyasya aparyuniyogyattvat. Why do I not hate or love? Because I should. This fellow does not is not devoted to me, and this fellow is devoted to me. So naturally, everywhere that is the common nature, right? No, Bhagavan does not treat you like that. Why? Because the nature of the object cannot be controlled. Earlier he said, Prakritim yanti bhutani nigraham kim karishyati. The same thing he is saying here. Samagri maryadaya. Samagri maryadaya means samagri means the object, things. So there is a limit for the things. Because of the limitation of the things, jayamanasya, whatever takes place, karyasya, whatever takes place, because of the materials, whatever effect takes place, that effect aparyaniyojyatvat cannot be changed. Because of the cause, whatever effect takes place, that cannot be controlled. This cause, if you add, this will be the effect. There can be no way you can meddle with it. Vannivat kalpataruvacha avaishamyam vyakhyayam. And he will not, he doesn't change according to the people. That for that you can give example of a fire or like a kalpataru tree. Fire, it does not distinguish between good thing and bad thing. It burns both. It illumines both. Okay. And kalpataru tree, whether you kalpataru tree is the wish fulfilling tree. Whether you ask from it something good or something bad, it does not differentiate. It just blesses you with that. So this is how Bhagavan also is. He does not differentiate between a devotee and non-devotee. Kimcha, not just that. Makbhaktehe evayam mahima yad same api vaishamyam apadeti. My devotion to me, there is some greatness in devotion to me. Because yet same api, even if it is same, vaishamyam apadeti. Even though I am same, my devotion, it brings in a change. Vaishamya means a contradiction. Though it is same, it brings in contradiction. I don't understand what that means. Because how can something which is same be non-same because of devotion? Shrunu tan mahimanam. Listen to this greatness of Bhagavan's devotion. अपि चेत् सुदुराचारः भजते माम् अनन्यभाक् साधुरेव समन्तव्यः सम्यक् व्यवसितो हि सः. अपि चेत् दुराचारः भजते माम् अनन्यभाक्. See, if somebody who is a duracharah, suduracharah, Bhagavan is giving two pronouns to it. See, acharah means activity. We don't have to translate achara as a practice, good practice, etc. Achara means any practice, any activity. Durachara means a bad activity. Sudurachara means a very good bad activity, means the best of the bad activity. This person is very good at being bad. Though he may be very good at being bad, bhajate maam ananyabhak. If he meditates on me with a non-dual attention, focused mind, sadhureva samantabhya, you should treat him as a good person. Samyak vyavasito hi saha, because he is completely determined, established in that knowledge of non-duality. You have to see here, you have to understand here one thing. Mam ananya bhag bhajate. If he meditates me only on me, that is not the idea, because many religion, many philosophies profess this. But here what we mean is, if he meditates on me with this kind of understanding that Bhagavan is a Satchidananda. Okay, that is what everyone is going to accept. Bhagavan, whatever be the God, that God is absolute existence, knowledge, bliss. Okay. But you have to also think that he is not different from you and I am not different from him. You are not different from me and I am not different from you. That is the kind of idea, determination you have to have. Not that Bhagavan is there, I am there. No, that is not. That is devotion. That is a gross devotion which a normal devotee has. But here we are talking about a particular kind of devotee with a focused mind. There is a story here. Like this fellow, he wants to he was guided by someone, and he goes to a butcher and asks, okay, I wait for some time. He tells him, wait for some time, I'll finish my job and I'll then answer you. He finishes his job and asks, okay, what have you come for, Swamiji? He's a Swami. He has come to gain some knowledge, because some guru told him, you go to that butcher. He is the best of jnanis. He comes to this butcher, and the butcher says, okay, what you ask, I am not expert on that. So why don't you go to that lady there and ask her? Okay. So this fellow, this sadhu, he is accomplished. He is not an idiot. He has done great amount of sadhanas, etc. So he is going on the path. He sees a tree, and under the tree he takes rest. This is a different story. Okay, he takes rest. During that time, why I say different story, because I have said another story where this sadhu takes rest with a stone brick as a pillow and all, and three ladies come and comment. That is not the story I am saying here. Okay, so this sadhu rests under a tree, and one crane comes and sits on the tree, and it shits on this sadhu. This sadhu becomes very angry and he looks at it, and the crane just burns immediately, becomes ash. Okay. Now he is a very angry sadhu, angry young man, like angry sadhu. Okay. So this fellow, he comes to this lady's house, and the lady says, "Wait, I'll come. I'm serving my husband. He's sick. I'm serving him. Wait." This sadhu gets irritated. How can this lady make me wait like this? Then he looks at her with so much of anger. This lady says, "Did you think I'm a crane? Go and sit there in the corner." So he understands. Oh, how did this lady know about the crane? Okay, she is accomplished one. So this is the lady I want to meet. Okay. He waits there, and later she gives him the knowledge. Anyway, that is a story. Okay. Now here, Apichet Sudrachara, even though he may be a very good at being bad, this knowledge he should have is a non-dual, identical, that Brahman is not different from me. That kind of knowledge we are talking about. Whatever may be his thing. Sadhureva Sammantavehi, he should be accepted as a sadhu because he is completely established in that non-dual knowledge. Yakaschat Sudracharopi, whoever it may be, if he is very bad, good at being bad, even that person. In Tirunamalai, there was one great sadhu, Arunagiri, Saint Arunagiri Nathar. So he was very bad. He was doing all sorts of nonsense. And when his sister, he got caught with this leprosy and all, and the women didn't allow him close to them, even though he was ready to pay them. They didn't allow, and he didn't have money. Also, he lost all the money. Also, so his sister says a comment. He hurts him very badly. Have he become that kind of bad person? So he loses his temper and says, "Okay, let me end this life." He climbs up the Gopura, the front entrance Gopura of the uh, uh, Tirunamali temple, and jumps from there. Fortunately, Bhagavan protects him and gives him initiation and all that. He becomes a great devotee with non-dual knowledge. So that is the one we are talking about. He was very bad. He converted into a good person. Kasyat Sudracharapi Ched Ajamiladi, like Ajamila, etc. He has said in Bhagavata. Okay? Ajamiladi ba Ananya Bhag San Mam Bhajate. If he meditates me with this non-dual identity, then Kutaschit Mother Kutaschit Bhagyodayat. How can he meditate like that? He is a bad person. How can a bad person meditate on God like that? It's because of some fructification of some punya, bhagya. Okay? Sevate cha. If he serves me, if he meditates on me, Prag asadhurapi sadhure mantapya. Though he may be earlier, he may be a bad person, he should be accepted to be a good person. Sadhu. Okay, he yasmat samyak vyavasitah sadhu nishchevan saha, because he has the right kind of knowledge. He is established in that right kind of knowledge, right knowledge. Okay, अस्मादेव सम्यक व्यवसायात सहित्वा दुराचारताम. Because of this right determination, he gives up his bad way of life and क्षिप्रम भवति धर्मात्मा शश्वच्छान्तिं निगच्छति कौन्तेय प्रतिजानीहि न मे भक्तः प्रणश्यति. This is one beautiful important shloka. I will come to that later. क्षिप्रम भवति धर्मात्मा. He'll become a very good soul. Dharmatma, good soul. क्षिप्रम भवति. Soon, very soon, immediately. क्षिप्रम, immediately. Shashvat shantim nigachati. He gains, nigachati, gains shantim shashvat, eternal peace. Shanti here is not just peace, it is the knowledge of self. I told you a story about a Guru Bhai, person who was along with me in Rishikesh. We went to Kailas Ashram to meet this Swami. For the first time I am going to Kailas Ashram. We are meeting this old Swami. And that Swami asks both of us, what did you come to Rishikesh for? I said for God realization, for self-realization, etc. All those same quoted answers. And this person, he said, I came for gaining Shanti. I was like, what? Peace of mind. Only later I understood his answer was the perfect answer. He later died because of lightning struck him. He went on top of a hill and stayed there for a long time, for some years, doing meditation and studying and all that. During that period, when he was out there, a lightning struck him and he died on spot. So, anyway, I told you the story already. So, he says, Shashvat Shantim Nigachate, he gains that eternal peace, that absolute knowledge. Kaunteya, hey, son of Kunti, Pratijanihi. Remember this, understand this. Name Bhaktah Pranashyati. This is a very important promise by Bhagavan. Name Bhaktah Pranashyati. 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 Remember this. Na me Bhaktah Pranashyati. Na me, my. Me means, me means my. My. Na Bhaktah, my devotee. Na Pranashyati. Does not get destroyed. He does not become destroyed. He does not lose his sight of the self. So that is a promise of Bhagavan. Chirakala dharmatma api, chirakaram adharmatma api, mad bhajana mahimna kshipram shigram eva bhavati dharmatma. Though he may be a bad person throughout his life for a long period, but just because of devotion to me, he becomes immediately a great pure soul, dharmatma. Dharmanugata chittaha, dharmatma means person who follows the dharma, that kind of person. Durachartam jhadityeva tyaktva sadacharo bhavati ityartha. He will give up the wrong act and perform only right act, become a right person. From the wrong act person, he will become a right act person. From a bad person, he will become a good person. Kincha, not just that. Shashvat. Shashvat means nityam, eternally. Shantim. Shantim means Vishya Bhoga Spruha Nivrittim. Devoid of attachment to the worldly things, object of experiences in the world, this world or any other world, does not really matter. Nivrittim Nigachati. Nitaram Prapnoti. He gains completely, absolutely. He gains this non-attachment to the means Ati Nirvedat. Because of the great dispassion, he becomes not attached to the worldly experiences. Ati Nirvedat. Remember, Brahmano Nirvedat Nastya Kritakatena. You saw in Mundaka Upanishad quote. Okay, so this person, because of Nirveda means Vairagya, dispassion. Kasyit Tad Bhaktah Pragabhyastam Durajaratvam Atyajan न भवेदपि धर्मात्मा तथा च स नश्येदेव इति नैत्यः. कश्चित् तद्भक्तः, your devotee, some of your devotee, प्राग अभ्यस्तं दुराचारत्वम् अत्यजन. He does not give up his bad activities. न भवेदपि धर्मात्मा, and he does not become a good soul also. तथा च स नश्येदेव इति. Then if he doesn't give up his bad activities and if he doesn't turn to be a good person, then sa nashyediti, nashyedeva iti, he will definitely get destroyed, isn't it? Naityaha, Bhagavan says, no, he will not get destroyed. Bhakta anukampa paravashataya kupitaha iva Bhagavan. Bhagavan, as though he is angry with this question. No, what are you asking? Like that, he is as though angry. Why he is showing that kind of anger? Bhakta anukampa paravashataya. Because of the compassion towards this devotee, because he is grasped by, he is in the control of the compassion. He is not himself. He is compassion self now. So because of that compassion towards this devotee, he is saying, no, how can you ask that? Like as though he is angry. He says, naitadaschyaryam manvitha, don't become surprised. Hey Kaunteya, son of Kunti, don't become surprised. Why? Nishchitameva idrisham madbhaktehe mahatmyam. This is the greatness of my devotee. He will never get destroyed. That is the greatness of my devotion. अतः therefore विप्रतिपन्नानां पुरस्तात् अपि त्वं प्रतिजानीहि सावज्ञं सगर्वं च. So you understand, even in front of these people who have this contradictory wrong knowledge, different kind of knowledge is vipratipanna. So this contradictory knowledge, wrong knowledge, erroneous knowledges, this kind of multiple knowledges, among them you clearly have this determination. Savajnam sagarvam cha. Just discard them. Savajnam is along with discarding. And sagarvam along with ego. Remember this. You should have to have this ego. What? Cha pratignyam kuru. With this discard and with this disdain and this kind of ego, you give him an answer. What kind of? Name vasudevasya bhaktaha ati duracharopi prana sankata sankatam apannophi sudurlabham ayogyah san prarthayamano api ati moodho asharanatopi na pranashyate kintu kritarthaya hoti iti. How many different things he is saying? Name vasudevasya bhaktah, my devotee, me Vasudeva, my devotee, ati duracharopi, though he may be a very bad person, prana sankatam apannopi sudurlabham ayogyah san, though he is about to die, still he does not give up his bad deeds. Prarthayamanopi, even though he is being requested, he does not give up his bad deeds. Atimudaha asharanopi, though he may be an idiot and he does not surrender to me, na pranashyati, he does not become destroyed. Kintu kritarthaya sabhavati, he becomes liberated. How? Drishtantascha, you can see the examples here. Ajamila example. Ajamila, Prahlada, Dhruva, Gajendradaya, Prasiddhaiva. The examples are very famous. Ajamila, Prahlada, another devotee. Dhruva, the pole star, that is Dhruva Nakshatra. So it is a position given to that devotee. Okay. Gajendra Moksha, we saw that elephant being caught by crocodile. So these stories are very famous. Shastram cha, the Shastra also very clearly says, what does it say? Vasudevaktanam ashubham vidyate kochit, na vasudevaktanam ashubham vidyate kochit. There is nothing which is inauspicious which will shower on the devotees of Vasudeva. Nothing bad will happen to the devotees of Vasudeva. Nothing bad will happen to my devotees. That is the promise of Bhagavan. Evam agantuka doshena dushtanam Bhagavad Bhakti Prabhavad Nirasta Nistara Muktva Swabhavika Doshena Dushtana Vidam Tamaha. See, people sometimes they are bad because of some papa. They suddenly their mind becomes clouded by this sin and therefore they do this papa. Generally they are very good people. Sometimes they become bad, they act bad. So this is agantuka dosha, some defect which is crossing. So it's like passing cloud. So they become clouded by their papa and then they act badly. So when these fellows themselves will become good, what will happen to the people who are completely bad? So he says they will also be dushtanampi swabhavika doshena, by naturally they are bad people. Even they will become liberated. Tam aha means tam nistaram. He says nistaram. Nistaram means through tarani. He will be crossing over the sorrow of samsara. That is said there. Definitely nistara nischayena. Okay. Mam hi partha vyapashritya ye pisyu papa yonayah striyo vaishyas tatha shudraha tepi yantim param gatim. Mam hi he partha vyapashritya yepi syuhu papayonayah striyah vaishyah तथा शूद्राः तेपि यान्तिं परां गतिं मां हि पार्थ व्यापाश्रित्य वि अप आश्रित्य व्यापाश्रित्य like that it becomes vi up ashritya. There are so many adverbs to it, so or proverbs to it, adverbs to it. He says mam hi he partha, o partha, mam hi vyapashritya ashritya, surrendering very nicely, completely surrendering to me. Yepi syuhu papayone, whoever it may be who surrenders completely nicely to me, whatever kind of papa yoni means he is born because of a great sin. The birth is because of great sin. Normally for people it is mixed, human beings. We are talking about great sin. The majority is a sin for people who are striyah, ladies, vaishyaha, the business class people. This is not the vaishya. Vaishya means it is the whore. We are not talking about them. The prostitutes, we are not talking about them. Vaishyaha, the jati vaishya, the business class people. Shudraha, because Shudra he says. Shudraha means the Shudra class people, serving class people. Tepi yanti paramkitim. Even they will become liberated. Whoever understands this, surrenders to me and knows this truth, they will also become liberated. He nishitam he partha, definitely this is the reality. O partha, son of Prithu, mam vyapashritya sharanamagatya, surrendering to me, yepi whoever it may be who surrenders to me, papayoniha antyajati tiryanchova. Papayone means a birth because of sin. Whether they are from the final class, the fifth class, or Tiryancha, people having their back blown flat, horizontal along with the earth, dog, cat, etc. Those kind of births. Okay, so that is Tiryancha. Antyajaha means the final, not the final birth, the one who has the final birth. Antyajaha means the people who are born in the final class. Final class means Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and then mixed class Mlechaha. Okay, they are the final class. So even if they may be Mlecha or mixed class, even they may be women. Jati doshena dushtaha, meaning why you are talking about them? Because they are defective by birth. Jati doshena, by the birth itself they are defective. They have this defect of a wrong thinking. So tatha veda adhyanadi shunya. Why are you talking about women, etc.? So he says veda adhyanadi shunyataya nikrishtaha striyah, because they don't have the rights to study the Vedas. You have to be initiated into the the sacred thread. Is a cross belt, sacred thread. So cross belt is like the military people or police people which they wear, no, like that. This is the cross belt. So you have to wear the sacred thread. You have to be initiated into it. Then you have to study the Vedas. Then you have to perform those karmas that are said in the Vedas. Since you are not eligible for the sacred thread itself, the other things like studying Vedas and performing the karmas are not possible. Therefore, nikrishtaha, they are inferior. Striyaha, they are not inferior in any other way. Just because of this, in this standpoint, they are said to be inferior. Why? See, why are you trying to be very soft in this? I am not trying to be soft. I am trying to be right. Because he is saying, even though they may be nikrishta, they may be lower with respect to the study of Vedas, etc. What does he say? Tepi antim paramagam. They too will gain the knowledge. They too will be blessed. They too will be liberated. Therefore, there is no gradation here. There is no superior inferior idea here. Okay. Vaishyaha means krishyadi matra rataha, people who are only interested in business, like the farming, etc. तथा शूद्राः जातितो अध्ययनादि अभावेन च परम गति अयोग्याः. So, and shudras, because they don't have the eligibility to study Vedas, and therefore they don't qualify for being liberated. Even they Shyantim Paramgatim, they will too gain the absolute state, the liberation. Abhishabdad pragukta ukta duracharaha api. With api also you have to include the people who are bad, born bad, etc. Okay. Evam chet. If this is so, even bad people, these people who are not even qualified for anything else, they will also be liberated, if you say, by having gaining this knowledge. Then किं पुनः ब्राह्मणाः पुण्याः भक्ता राजर्षयस्तथा अनित्यम् असुखं लोकम् इमं प्राप्य भजस्व माम्. किं पुनः ब्राह्मणाः पुण्याः भक्ताः राजर्षयस्तथा अनित्यम् असुखं लोकम् इमं प्राप्य भजस्व माम्. Bhagavan is giving you a very beautiful thing. Kim punah. Should I even talk about the others? Who? The Brahmins. Bhaktaha punyaha brahmanaha. The Brahmins who are devotees and who have punya. If even people who have papa, who are born because of their sin, if that is the case for them, they will be liberated. Even if people who are very bad, they become liberated. Should we even talk about Kim Punaha? Should we even talk about Brahmins who are devotees and who are punya? Rajarishis and people who are Rajarishis, the Kshatriyas. Should even talk about them? They will also be liberated. Don't worry. Anityam asukham lokam prapya. Therefore, understanding. Prapya means not gaining, knowing. Gatyarthaka can be interpreted as prapti, etc. So, praptyarthaka can be interpreted as knowledge also. Okay. Knowing anityam asukham lokam. Imam lokam. Knowing this world to be anitya and asukha, non-eternal and non-blissful, sorrowful. So, prapya, bhajaswam, worship me. Because I am blissful and I am eternal. Knowing that, you worship me. Punyaha. Punyaha means sadacharaha, uttama yonayaha. Punyaha means people who follow the right deed. The people who are born because of who are born in a very superior, who have attained superior birth. Cha Brahmanaha. Who are you talking about? The Brahmins. Tatha Rajarasheha. Similarly, the Rajarishis. Who are you talking about as Rajarshi? Sukshmavastu Vivekina Kshatriyaha. We are talking about, when we say Rajarshi, we are referring to not just all the Kshatriyas. We are talking about the Kshatriyas who are capable of perceiving the subtle things. The people who are not capable of perceiving the subtle thing, they who are involved only in fighting, etc., they are like the Vaishyas. Vaishyas are involved only in the farming and other things. Similarly, these gross Kshatriyas are involved only in the fight, etc. So there is no difference between them. Even they will be liberated. So we are talking about, should we even talk about this subtle knowledge, Kshatriya, and this Punya Yukta Brahmana, Brahmin who is endowed with Punya. Mama Bhaktaha Param Gatim Yantiti. Kim Punaha Vachyam. Should I even say that these people who are my devotees will become liberated? Atra Kasyachidapi Sandeha Bhavadityartha. Should I even say? Why? Because there is no doubt for anyone with regard to this. Therefore, don't you doubt. Yataha mad bhaktehe idrishaha mahima. Since this is the greatness of my devotion, ataha, therefore, mahata prayatnene imam lokam. Therefore, with great effort, this world means sarva purushartha sadhana yogyam. This world, which is the place where you can gain all the purusharthas, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. This is the place where you can gain all that. Ati durlabham. cha, and which is very difficult to gain this world. Manushya deham, this body of human being. Ati durlabham cha manushya deham, this body of human being. Anityam, ashu vinasham, asukam, garbhavasadi aneka dukkham, dukkhavagalam labdva. So, knowing that this world and this human body, etc., they are anitya, non-eternal. Ashu vinasham. Anitya means ashu vinasham. It gets destroyed very soon, very quickly. Asukam. Asukam means it is not endowed with bliss. Meaning, garbhavasadi aneka dukkhas bahulam. It is endowed with a lot of sorrows, like staying in the womb, etc., which we saw earlier. Bahulam labdva. Yavat ayam na nashyati tavat atishayigram eva bhajasva mam sharanam ashrayasva. So, before this gets destroyed, this body sense organ gets destroyed, very soon come and surrender to me. Be a devotee to me. Anityatvad asukatvad cha asya vilambam sukartham udyamam cha ma karshihi. So since this is anitya, this is non-eternal, and this world is non-eternal, the body sense organ is non-eternal, and there is no happiness in that. Therefore, don't delay. Don't you delay. Delay by doing what? Sukartham udyamam makarshi, by putting forth the effort for gaining happiness here in this world. Tvam cha rajarshihi ataha mad bhajanena atmanam safalam kuru. And you are a Rajarshi. You have the subtle vision. Therefore, without delay, you become a devotee to me, and by worshipping me, safalam kuru, atmanam safalam kuru, become blessed. Okay? Atmanam safalam kuru, become blessed. Anyatha, hi etadrisham janma nishphalam eva te syad ityartha. Otherwise, this kind of birth, even though you have attained such a great birth, which is endowed with a lot of punya, it will become useless, futile, waste. Bhajana prakaram darshan upasamharati. He is showing you the method of worshipping him and concludes this chapter. Method of, wait 1 second. I forgot. Kidrisham te bhajanam tadaha. Which way you should be worshipped. And that is explained in 27 shloka. And now again, see the compassion of Bhagavan. He is repeating. Is he repeating? We'll see. Manmana bhava mad bhaktaha matyaji mam namaskuro mam evaishyasi yuktva evam atmanam matparayanaha. Manmanaha bhava mad bhaktaha matyaji mam namaskuru mam evaishyasi yuktva evam atmanam matparayanaha. Similar idea he is presenting. Man manaha bhava. Become one who is endowed with one whose mind is endowed in me, established in me. Man manaha means one whose mind is completely established in me. Completely. Remember that. Mad bhaktaha, become my devotee. Mad yaji, perform the fire sacrifice for me. Mam namaskuru, salute me. Salutation here means surrender. The namaskara which we do is not a physical exercise. If it is physical exercise, we can see people when they are told namaskara and they don't want, they'll be like they are hitting a fly or some mosquito. There is no devotion there. There is no attitude there. So here, when you say namaskara, it is surrender. Your mind, sense organs are completely surrendered there. Namaskuru. Mam eva eshyasi. If you perform these, mam eva eshyasi, you will attain me. Definitely. Yuktva evam atmanam. By placing your mind in this way, mat parayanaha, you will become established in me. इति श्री महाभारते शतसहस्र्यां संहितायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुन संवादे राजविद्या राजगुह्यो योगो नाम नवमोऽध्यायः. We come to the end of the 9th chapter. राजभक्तस्यापि राजभृत्यस्य पुत्रादौ मनः तथा स तन् मनः अपि न तद्भक्तः इत्यतः उक्तम्. See, a devotee to Raja, a king, the king's servant. Still, though he is king's servant, his mind is not completely filled with love for king, because he has his kids and all that. Because he is a servant, he has his kid and all that. So his mind is filled with love for his kids also. Though he loves his king, he also has love for kids, etc. Therefore, sat tanmana api. Though his mind is involved with the king, he is not king's devotee. Iti ityata taduktam manmanaha madbhaktah iti. That is why it is said, having your mind established in me and being my devotee, only my devotee. Okay, tatha madhyaji mad pujana shilaha. Similarly, you perform all the sacrifices, all the worship to me. Mam namaskuru manovakaihi. Do salutations to me with your body, mind, and speech. Complete surrender. Evam ebihi prakaraihi matparayanaha madeka sharanaha. In this way, one who has surrendered completely to me, son, being that atmanam antakaranam yuktva, having the mind established in me, mai samadhaya, established in me, having gained samadhi in me, mam eva paramananda rupam saprakasham sarvopadrava shunyam avayam eshyasi prapsasi. You will gain me. Me, who is me? Mam eva, only me. What kind of me? Paramananda Swarupam, one who is absolute bliss. Swaprakasham, self-effulgent. Sarva upadrava shunyam, who is devoid of any kind of troubles, any kind of pains, any kind of sorrow. That kind of me, one who is abhayam, is fearless, one who gives fearlessness. That kind of me, yeshyasi, you gain. Prapsyasi. Abhayam vai janako praptosi. The Shruti also says, you have gained the fearlessness. The state of fearlessness is a non-dualness. So, because Dvitiyad vai bhayam bhavati. When there is duality, you have fear. Okay. So, prapsyasi, you will gain me. That kind of me. Okay. You become one non-dual. Shri Govinda Padaravinda Makaranda Swada Shuddhashayaha Samsarambudim Uttaranti Sahasa Pashyanti Purnam Mahaha Vedante Avadharayanti Paramam Shreyastyajanti Brahmam Dvaitam Saprabham Vidanti Vimalam Vindanti Chatna Anandatam. Shri Govinda Padaravinda. Govinda Pada Aravinda is Pada Aravinda. Okay. Govinda, Shri Govinda, Krishna. Pada Aravinda, the lotus. Aravinda, lotus. Pada, one whose feet lotus, the lotus feet. Makaranda, the pollen grains in that lotus feet. Aswada, because of drinking the nectar from the honey from that pollen grains. Shuddha ashayaha, people whose mind is purified. Samsara ambudhim uttaranti, they cross over the ocean of samsara. Samsara ambudhim, the ocean of samsara. Sahasa, immediately pashyanti purnamaha, they immediately perceive the absolute self. Vedantai avadharayanti, the Vedantic statements, they establish paramam shreyaha, the superior state. Tyajanti brahmam, and because of that, because of being established to the Vedanta, that great state, tyajanti brahmam, they get resolved of this erroneous knowledge. They give up the erroneous knowledge. Dvaitam Swapna samam vidanti. They understand the world of duality to be equivalent to the dream state. Vimalam vindanti. They gain the pure self. Cha anandata, and also the absolute bliss. That is the idea. Meaning, one who has a purified mind because of worshipping the Bhagavan, they cross over the ocean of samsara because they perceive the absolute, they gain the immediate knowledge of the self. And because of the Vedantic statements which establish the non-dual self, they become established in that non-dual self and give up the erroneous knowledge and perceive the world of duality as is similar to a dream state. Therefore, they gain the absolute self, which is a bliss and eternal. इति श्रीमत् परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्री विश्वेश्वर सरस्वती श्रीपाद शिष्य श्री मधुसूदन सरस्वती विरचितायां श्रीमद् भगवद्गीतायां गूढ़ार्थदीपिकायां अधिकारिभेदेन राजविद्या राजगुह्यो नाम नवमोऽध्यायः. Therefore we come to this end of 9th chapter. We'll see the 10th chapter. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति.